Okay, good morning and welcome to Iyun with Benzion, a special Iyun with Benzion, Daf 100, Daf Kuf, unbelievable, 100 Daf in Kesubos. I want to deal with a seeming contradiction. The Rishonim point this out right away. The Gemara immediately, then really we started the Daf on Sadi Teram Beis 99b and the Mishnah on the bottom. The Mishnah starts off, Shoma Dayanim Shepiksu Shus, Osifu Shus Mechon Batel. Right? If Dayanim, up until now we're talking about either the Almana, the widow herself, sold property to collect her mazonos, or her ksuba, or we even mentioned she made a shliach, she made an agent. What type of agent? We'll talk about it in a second. She made an agent to sell her property. So the last Mishnah says if she sells it for too much, she's hozil, she sells it for too little, right? Even 1 dinar off, the mecher is batal, right? She can't sell it for the wrong price. And similarly, the Gemara said on Tzadi Temet Beis, Rav Nachman Paskin, that if an agent, right, a real estate agent, I would say, because she could say she hires a real estate agent to sell the property, he sells it even for 1 dinar or 1 penny more or less, right? The sale is batal because she can say, "L'tzkuni shadartik v'lavusi." I hired you to help me out. You're a real estate agent. You better sell at listed price. You sell it less or more, the sale is null and void. Here, the Mishnah says, now we're not talking about a real estate agent, we're talking about Dayanim, a beis din, let's say a rabbinical beis din that are also very well versed in finances. And it says Shom, they appraise the property, and we learn on the Kufim Beis, we're talking about really like the Mishnah in Maseches Erechin says, Shum HaYisom Shloshim Yom. Right, and Kufim Beis, the closest Mishnah, when you evaluate property, based on evaluates property, Yisomim, right, they auction off property. They're auctioning off property, so they're evaluating the property. They have an appraiser, like the end of the Mishnah says. They have an appraiser, official appraiser come, and they have to auction it off for 30 days. They have to keep it on the auction for 30 days. After 30 days, the highest bidder will get it. They have to announce in the morning and in the night. So Shema Dayanim is talking about that. So if they sold the property for more than 1/6 of the value, or less than 1/6 of the value after this auction, so therefore it's batal. But if it's within 1/6 of the price, then it's kayim. Rishon Leo says mechron kayim, even 1/6 or more than 1/6 or less than 1/6, it's kayim. The Gemara says according to Rishon Leo, you have until half the value or double the value. More than that or less than that, then the mechron will be batal, even according to Rishon Leo. We paskin. The Gemara seems to paskin. Zion here in Mishpat paskin like the Chamim. However, it comes out from the Chum. When Dayanim do it, they have some leeway, right? 1 extra dinar less, or 1 dinar less, is not going to make a difference. It has to be 1/6 less or 1/6 more than the value. Only then is the mechar batel. That's based in. The Gemara asks immediately, "Bailu shliach kamana shliach." Now, who is the shliach that we're talking about? The Gemara on Tzadi Temet Beis says a shliach. The wife says to the shliach, the almana says to the shliach, "L'tzkuni shadartik v'lalavusi." So the shliach is like the almana, really, right? The shliach is like the almana. The almana, if she sells it for too much or too little, it's batel. Here also the shliach, she can say "L'tzkuni shadartik v'lalavusi." It's batel. However, the Gemara has a question. We already seemingly answered this already on Tzadi Temet Beis. Shliach kaman, who is the shliach light? Is it? And we have two opinions on Kuf and Aleph. One opinion says like Dayanim, right? They have leeway according to the Chamim of 1/6, less than 1/6, up until 1/6. It's still a valid sale. And we have a different opinion. Shmuel Bistam or Rav Nachman Kalmana. He says it's like Almana, right? And Almana, she doesn't have any leeway. So even 1 dinar more, 1 dinar less, it's already bata. The Gemara ends up passing. The Gemara passes shliach kalmana. So even the 1 dinar more, 1 dinar less, it is bata. The problem is, what is the Gemara even asking to begin with? The Gemara already paskin that she can say "L'tzkuni shadartik v'lalavusi." So this is noted, this question, in footnote number 1 on 100A1 in the art scroll. Rabbeinu Tam gives an answer. He says this is talking about the shliach here is not a real estate agent; it's an agent of the court. Sometimes beis din didn't want to get involved. The whole beis din, 3 rabbanim, 10 rabbanim, so they just made an agent to do it. So the Gemara says that's Mars Maskana. Even him, not just a regular real estate agent that the woman hires to sell it, but also we're talking about an agent of the court. Tosfos gives a different answer for Rashi. He says that no, that when the Gemara suggests that the shliach was like dayanim over here, the Gemara meant to say that up until a sixth over there, right? The Gemara was assuming that, and the Gemara was really asking that question over there. Shliach dayanim means, and then when the Gemara said Natzadi Tamad Beis, when the woman can say let's kunish avusi, that was when it was 1/6 more, 1/6 less. But if it's below that margin, so then it's a valid sale. The Gemara's maskana here is that no, shliach almana, that even 1 dinar more, 1 dinar less invalidates the sale. I would like to say there's two real ways of selling a property. There's, when you want to go sell your house, you go to a real estate agent, you have them list your property, you have a listing, you can put it in newspapers, you can put it in publications. I see Mishpacha magazine now started having real estate listings on their pages. I assume the reason they didn't have it before because people are going to think about money on Shabbos, and all of a sudden their Rabbanim change course. Maybe I'm not going to speculate why the Rabbanim said it's okay now, but in Borough Park you can find a nice apartment, most of these are luxurious listings. I don't know, for $7 million you can buy 5 bedrooms and a mikveh in your bathtub in Borough Park. So you can list it with a real estate agent, which is probably the best idea because they'll get you the best price. And then our mission is talking about something else. It's talking about an auction, right? An auction. Sometimes the almana is well versed. She's an intelligent woman. She wants to get the best price. She hires a real estate agent. Sometimes the almana, right? A lot of women are not so good at dealing with finances. Stereotype a little bit, but a real man handles his house's finances. I find it funny when I hear that there are a lot of households, I guess, a woman manages the finances in the house. I think that's kind of weird. I mean, that's really not the job of the husband is to manage the finances. So it's pretty weird when the woman is handling that. Some women are not good at. A lot of women are not good at handling finances, and a lot of times they'll defer to a beis din and say the beis din auction off the property. I need the money. I want to get mazonos. I want to get my ksuba. They give it to a beis din. They give it over to a beis din. So the shliach we're talking about over here, maybe not like Rabbeinu Tam, we're talking about a shliach of the beis din, but we're talking about where she appoints a shliach, right, to sell it as an auction, not as a listing, right? There's a real estate agent in a listing. And then I can appoint a shliach, regular agent, not a real estate agent. I say, hey, my friend, she has a friend, another woman friend who's very good, at auctioning off things. She brings it to Sotheby's or what's the one called in the other famous auction house, I forgot what it's called, Christie's, and it says go to the auction house and auction it off. Like we're talking about the Mishnah, Shuma Dayanim, auctioning off. That's what the Gemara is talking about. The Gemara is talking about now, if she hires a real estate agent, of course you can say the Gemara says inside the base. I'm hiring a professional real estate agent, right, to list the property. You're selling it for the wrong price. That's a problem. I never hired your real estate agent. Here, it's her friend. She's saying an agent. Does she have the right to say it? Does her friend, like the beis din who's auctioning it off? Beis din has leeway because beis din doesn't really care about her. Beis din is another party. I don't have to care about this woman so much. I'm not being hired. The beis din is doing a service, a chesed for over here. Same thing. An agent over here is presumably done for free. She's doing a service for free to the person. So that's the Gemara says maybe it's like dayanim. It's like dayanim doing a service for free. So up until a 6, she has leeway. And the Gemara concludes, no, that even in the case of that, a shliach is an almana. She's like a yechida. She's an almana, and nonetheless, even though it was a chesed she's doing for this woman, she just knows a little about it, and she's auctioning it off. Still, you don't have a right to get the price wrong, even a little bit. The Gemara says she can void the sale. Doesn't mean she has a right, but if she does, and you find that it's below the market value, then you can void the sale. That's the difference, I think. My answer to the stira Tosfos brings up. Hope you enjoyed today's shir. See you in the next one.